My name is Belinda Harris and I go to Dorchester High School.
My name is Maxime Halit, and I go to Dorchester High School, and I'm going to be a junior.
My name is Kevin Levina. I go to Dorchester High, and I live in the Dorchester area.
My name is Kurt. I go to Dorchester High, and I live in Dorchester.
My name is Charlotte Joseph. I live in Dorchester. I go to Dorchester High.
My name is Larry Allen. I go to Dorchester High. I'm going to be a junior this year, and I live in Mattapan.
My name is Omar. I go to the Burke, which is in Dorchester, but I live in Rosendale.
My name is Ben Hartman. I'm from Minneapolis, and I'm the tutor for the class.
All right, my name is Zebulon Miletsky, and I'm the teacher of Digital Pathways class.
I was interested in both Black history and computers.
I decided to take the Digital Pathways class. During orientation, I seen a paper that had digital pathways on it, so I chose it because I figured it'd have a lot of things to do dealing with computers.
The reason why I chose the digital pathway class is because I didn't know much about Boston. Inside the introductory, they talked about we would learn about Black people in Boston, and I didn't know much about it, so that's why. And the fact about the computers, and they mentioned something about the computers.
I chose Digital Pathways because I felt that it seemed fun, and I could learn about Boston and the technology with the Boston.
Well, actually, I didn't decide to take it because I missed orientation, so Lee signed me up for this class. And then she told me what it was about, so I thought it was interesting, so I was like, okay.
Well, I was assigned to Digital Pathways class, but when I found out about it, I wasn't assigned to it. I found out about it and I wanted to transfer from the class that I had to the Digital Pathways class because it was going to be dealing with computers and I want to deal with computers in the future, and I think that's going to be my career. And it also dealt with Black history, and I figured that I need to know my history because I am Black and I didn't know too much. They don't really teach us about Black history in school.
Well, when we were at the orientation for Urban Scholars, they gave us a list for possible classes. And since next year I'm taking AP History, I thought it would be useful for me to take this class. So that way I would learn more information, and then I would be ready for the class next year.
Yeah, I was excited to learn about Black history and about computers, so because of that I felt this class would be a good fit.
Journey to learn my history of my people, learn history of people of color in general, and history of the United States. And so this course basically brings together both of those interests for me.
I learned a whole lot because I didn't know, I knew the basics about Black history in the South and the Blacks coming north, but I didn't know much about Beacon Hill and Black people living there and slavery in Boston, stuff like that.
I learned about Black history or people in, like how they were slaves in Boston, or I learned about the Black Masons, or like people like Lewis Hayden, who read old newspapers, stuff like that.
The reason why I wanted to learn about Boston is because I live here and I want to know about the place that I live in.
It's important because I live here in Boston, and I should know what goes on in Boston now and back then.
Because I learned a lot about Black history, which I didn't know because we don't get taught in school about it. We get taught about European history, so it was good for me. And I learned a lot about HTML and the internet.
I usually don't appreciate riding. I usually don't ride in the front of the bus. I don't know why, I just don't. But now that I learned about busing and stuff, and the busing in the schools, I didn't really think about people being in different separate schools and stuff like that. And now I appreciate having people from different backgrounds around me more than I did before.
Well, mostly it was like residential information that I learned. For example, I didn't know that the Orange Line was above the street. I didn't know that. And I never knew trolleys ran down Rosendale and on Washington Street.
I think the most interesting thing I learned was, well, the Robert Gould Shaw 54th Regiment. The history of that was interesting, and also the naming of the Boston public schools, you know, who they're named after, and in reality a lot of those names were names of people who either owned slaves, were against abolitionism, and so those were both very interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that I could teach them, because now I know more, and now I could just tell them about what I learned.
I'm really trying to know about like the internet because it's very interesting. So, but Black history, nobody really knows about it, so I'll probably take that with me.
Take with me from this class a lot of information about the computers and my history, and it helped me. The class in itself helped me decide what I want to do, and I do want to do computers now for sure. And I just take away a lot of information.
Basically, it's information and new insight into history.
Although they come from, you know, mainly Black or Hispanic cultures, they don't know as much about their culture and history as they probably should have. And I think that's why this course was important, to bring them up to date on their past.
Blacks in America really starts with Boston. So I want them to realize that they're living in this history. They live it every day, and to understand it.